trees with grenades, trees that burn you, and brain-crushing trees. In this video, we're going to take a look at the 10 most dangerous trees you should never touch. Number 10. Pisonia tree. Every tree should love having birds around, right? After all, trees are created to also help give shelter to the winged creatures. It turns out, some trees aren't very fond of birds. The cold killer tree or Pisonia tree is one of those. In trying to get its seed away from the parent plant, it makes sticky seeds. Seems like a genius plan because it sticks to birds, and they carry the seeds far and wide to grow near trees. The only problem? The birds can have so many seeds of them that they can't fly anymore. A bird with over 200 sticky seeds, that's a heavy bird that becomes stuck. The birds are then open to anything that can eat them, or they die in the tree from starvation. Sounds painful. What's the real reason you shouldn't touch a Pisonia tree? A dead bird could fall on you. That's a lifetime of therapy waiting to happen. Number 9. Hidden honey locust. The fall season comes with the most beautiful colors and plants. The golds and yellows are very exciting, plus the weather's perfect. The trick is that even the most beautiful leaves in the fall hide dangerous secrets. The honey locust tree leaves become a stunning shade of honey brown in fall. The leaves all hide over the fact that the tree has sharp thorns that could slice you into shreds. The thorns can be as short as 4 inches and as long as 11 inches. That's almost the length of a small ruler. Knives with shorter blades than that are illegal, so this kind of thing is like having several illegal knives shooting out of one place. They can even puncture the tires of tractors. You don't want to get too close to smell its sweet-smelling flowers. You just might have a hole in your arm, or worse, get a fractured bone. A tree that could put you in a cast? I'll stay far away, thanks. Number 8. Black locust. Trees, just like humans, have families. These families look very much like each other. They're siblings and cousins and uncles and aunts, you get the point. And just like in humans, some cousins are way worse than others. There are dangerous trees, and then there are dangerous cousins. The black locust tree is just like its cousin, the honey locust tree. They both have spine-like blades all over that could hurt you, which is why you have to stay away from them both. The black locust may have shorter spikes, but it could kill you faster. That's because the spikes of the black locust affect not just your skin, but your insides too. That's thanks to the poison it has on its spikes. Called the robin poison, this stuff could kill you in minutes. It'll cause muscle weakness that makes your arms and all other muscles feel like overcooked noodles. What's even worse, the poison will also cause kidney failure. This tree and its cousin evolved to fight off woolly mammoths. Imagine the damage they could do to humans. Grisly, huh? If you think these were dangerous, things are about to get weirder. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7. Whistlethorn. Did you know trees are better fighters than some animals? Shocking, huh? No, they don't flog you on the butt cheek with their branches. They have other really painful ways of defending themselves. Take the whistling thorn tree, for instance. This weird-looking tree has thorns all over it. That seems pretty common, but this one's worse than the others. The whistling thorn tree also has a hollow chamber at the base of the thorns. The hollow contains the tree's army, fire ants. The ants build their nests in many of these hollow chambers. Anyone that tries to harm the tree is greeted by hundreds of fire ants. A swarm of these ants can actually kill a person. Death by ant bite is a lot more painful than you think. So, if you're ever in the forest and you hear whistling, just keep running. Number 6. Brugmansia. As it turns out, really beautiful things can be very dangerous. Don't believe me? Just look at the ocean. The ocean's beautiful, but so many people still drown in it. The same thing happens with some pretty trees. It can have beautiful flowers, but a deadly effect. Take the Brugmansia or angel's trumpet. This tree had the most beautiful flowers. These bright colored petals are shaped like a bell or a trumpet, and they're just too pretty to ignore. Some people even think it would be perfect for decorating your house. For your own safety, you may want to keep this far away from the house. The toxins in this plant are so dangerous that they could kill you. Just a few sniffs of the flowers could cause you anti-chologenic syndrome. That's a big word for saying that you could become paralyzed and confused. In fact, people have had hallucinations so bad that they cut off parts of their bodies. Want to take a trip into your worst nightmare? Angel's trumpet is the perfect guide. Number 5. Namibian bottle tree. Africa is one of the continents with the coolest animals and plants. You have lions, elephants, hyenas, and so many others. It has a lot of predators, and some of them aren't even animals, they're trees. Yeah, trees. The Namibian bottle tree looks just like its name. It has a short and stout trunk like a bottle. It's pretty weird, but also very dangerous. To protect itself, the tree produces latex that's very poisonous to humans. If you somehow touched it and then touched your eye, you could get permanently blinded. Thankfully, this tree doesn't exist outside the hot country of Namibia. So, unless you live in Namibia, you're probably safe. Number 4. Shipworm trees. If you're having dinner or any kind of meal, you really should skip this part or put your food away. What you're about to see is one of the most disgusting things ever. Ready? This is a shipworm tree. No tree is actually made like this, but shipworms burrow into the tree. Doing a tree or anything made of wood falls near water, shipworms find a way to make a home of it. Funny enough, these slimy things are actually clams. So our clam friends move into the tree or wood and make it really weak. The reason you stay away from shipworm tree is pretty simple. You could become a shipworm person. The clams could get into your hands and legs, and then it's straight to the ER. Want to know something crazy? People actually eat this stuff. Barf! Starting now, things get even more dangerous. Keep watching until the end. Number 3, bunya pines. When Sean Mace decided to take a quick break underneath a tree, he could never have imagined what would happen to him next. His moments of rest were the last normal moments he had for a very long time. The reason is because he picked the wrong tree to rest under. Unfortunately for Sean, the tree that gave him shade was a bunya pine tree. These trees are massive and provide so much cover from the sun, so it can be tempting to rest under them. That's a bad idea for several reasons. First of all, the tree is filled with little spikes all over its trunk. These spikes are sharp and could hurt anyone who gets too close to them. I wonder how Sean didn't see them. The thing that did the damage to Sean wasn't really the tree's pines. Sean must have sat there between December and March. In those months, the trees produced pine cones the size of a 5-year-old. Of those pines, the one that hit Sean on the head weighed 17 pounds. The man had to have 2 corrective surgeries and possibly permanent brain damage. If that's not scary enough to keep you away from bunya pine, I don't know what could be. Number 2, manicule tree. Personally, I can think of only a few things that beat a Caribbean vacation. The warm sand and hot sun, the exotic fruits seem like the perfect ingredients for a summer getaway. You can wear a floppy hat and sip juice out of a coconut all day long. Who wouldn't love that? Sadly, you're not safe from danger even in paradise. Right on the beautiful Caribbean beaches, there lies the manicule tree. It looks very lovely with its attractive looking leaves and fruit, but it would kill you in a millisecond. This tree is regarded in a lot of places as the most dangerous tree in the entire world. In fact, the Spanish call it Árbol de Muerte, aka the Tree of Death. Sounds dramatic, right? Turns out it isn't just dramatic, the danger is totally real. The sap from the tree, the white liquid stuff inside it can actually burn you. You can't even stand under the tree when it rains. The rain could wash the sap onto your skin and leave you in a lot of pain. Eating the fruit will also burn your skin and blind you. Blisters and second-degree burns and blindness from a tree. Thank heavens for the red marks that clearly warn you about it. You might want to keep your eyes open for the warning signs. Number 1, sandbox trees. When you hear the word sandbox, what's the first thing you think of? Are kids playing in a box of sand safely? The most dangerous thing there would be a kid who doesn't like sharing. Well, this tree is not one to be played with. P.S. It does share, but not anything you'd like. If you're looking for painful new holes in your hands, then you could try touching the sandbox tree. If you're not, then you should run far away. Even monkeys stay far away from this one. It has really sharp spikes all over and could hurt you badly. It could poke into you and make you bleed out. This tree is also super dangerous because its fruits act like grenades. Yeah, you heard it right. The fruits fall from the tree when they're ripe. As they hit the ground with a really loud noise, the fruit explodes. It can go flying fast in all directions. This sounds super cool, but it's also really dangerous. The fruit's speed makes it able to cause injuries to anyone standing nearby. Talk about an oversharer, if that's even a word. Maybe we should take this tree to the next war. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.